Right now we have DJ Tim Stubbs with us. Thank you for joining us. So Tim, tell us a little bit about yourself. Like, did you grow up here from Yuma?
No, I'm from Poway, California. I was born there October 23rd, 1991. And from Poway, I moved to Yuma like third grade because my dad got a job out here. And then we lived there for a while. And then my dad went back to California. So then I went to Oceanside, California with my dad and went to high school there. And then around that time is when I started learning how to play guitar and got into music.
How old are you?
I was starting to kind of get into music when I was 13, but I didn't really take it seriously until I was about 16 years old. And then from there, that's when everything went crazy. Around 18 to now,
What happened?
my parents got a divorce, and we lost the house. And then I was in Oceanside, California at this time, and I was homeless because we didn't have any money, and I didn't have anywhere to go. And so it was just the shirt, my shoes, and my guitar, and that was it. And I went all the way to Nebraska and back. At first I was like all depressed and stuff, but then I traveled and I had an amazing experience. Like, I'm not exactly sure why I ended up going all the way to Nebraska, but I made some great friends there. And then I made a trip back from Nebraska to Oceanside. And then when I was there, for some reason I decided to go to LA. So then I went to LA and I met a bunch of these really cool hippie kids that were homeless like me. And we had a blast. Like, I know it's kind of weird, like having a good time living on the sidewalk, but it was the happiest I've ever been in my life. It was me and my friend Bryson and my other friend Napoleon, and Bryson played guitar like me, and everybody thought we were like a traveling band because we were all like dirty and had dreads and stuff, but we were like stylish. Like, we weren't we weren't like disgusting homeless people. We made sure like we still looked kind of good at least. And we'd play in bars, and we'd play, like we did an open mic night, like an underground open mic night at the beach in LA.
Was that your first experience with music, with performing?
Oh no, performing wise, I'd been performing since about 16.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like I picked up the guitar, started doing that, started meeting other musicians, and then I started performing at my high school. And then from there, I almost got into Warped Tour, actually. I had a band, and we almost got into Warped Tour, and this was before my parents' divorce. Then the divorce happened, and
Different path.
yeah, the band fell apart, especially since the bass player got really jealous of me because I wrote all the music and sang and did all that, and everybody just started calling it Tim Stubbs' band. So yeah, that fell apart, and that kind of sucks, but whatever, because now I'm a DJ and things are going a lot better.
What do you do now as DJ?
Well, as a DJ now, I have a show coming up in Phoenix this Saturday. It's gonna be about like 1,000 people, and I'm getting paid $500. So this is like my biggest performance before I've been paid like $100 to do other gigs, and I've done a lot of gigs out in the desert. But unlike most DJs, I don't particularly use other people's music. I make my own music.
Right.
Yeah, so I'll spend about 12 hours a day working on tunes, and that's usually like the minimum, like 12 hours, and I go pretty much until I get ear fatigue. And ear fatigue is basically when you're listening to music for long extended periods of time. The sound waves, your ear will it'll want to protect itself, so it'll start compressing those sounds, and you won't be able to hear your music accurately anymore, and you can kind of go a little bit like deaf for a little while.
Oh, okay.
So
that's what stops you then?
That's about the time where I'm like, I should probably go to sleep. So I go to sleep and then wake up and do it all over again the next day.
And does it come naturally, like, to you?
Yeah, definitely. Like, the funny thing was when I first started music, the first time I picked up a guitar, really, it was like, I just thought to myself, man, it'd be really cool if I could play the guitar. And there it happened. Like I could just play it and I could sing, and then I started writing music. And initially, I kind of got into it for all the wrong reasons.
What were they? If you don't mind sharing.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, well, because I wanted to like impress a girl, and like then I played her the song, and then everybody was like, "Oh my God, that's so amazing!" So then I liked the attention, and then that's kind of how the band thing fell apart too, because I had a huge head in high school. Like everybody knew who I was, and I had this awesome band, and it was just like it was like little mini stardom for a while.
Right.
And when that was over, it's kind of like, what do I
start now?
Yeah, what do I do with my life now? But after that, then I mean I still loved music, but then it was kind of a good experience because it helped me separate from all of that, like
drama.
Yeah, drama and fame and whatnot, and just really focus on my passion and what I love, and that's the music. And now I do it. I mean, I do it for the fans, but I do it for myself too, and just it's great to have other people enjoy it, you know.
So do you take classes for it now?
No, I'm completely self-taught, which is really weird. Well, I mean, I just this year at AWC, I decided to take a music fundamentals class.
How's that going?
And I hate it. Like, it's weird. You'd think like I like learning about how music notation works, and it's just like, I don't get it. Like all the other kids in the class never picked up an instrument in their life, and they get it. Like, and they're like answering these questions, and I'm just sitting here like, ugh, like I don't understand it. And honestly, like before I went into that class, I mean, I was making music just fine, and my whole time being there, I haven't really taken away anything from it, and felt like I could apply it to any music that I'm doing. Yeah, it's really hasn't done anything.
Has it made you worried though, because you couldn't really understand the studies-wise, the study version? You know what I mean?
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm like, I guess I'm a little concerned because maybe one day that's gonna come back and to haunt me. But I'm not too worried about it, because if I ever get in the position where, let's say I am in a studio and some guy comes up and he's like, well, we need you to play a minor chord in the diminished blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, well, I mean, I can make it sound awesome if I just do this. And if they're like, well, you didn't do what I said, and they get rid of me, I'll just go to another studio and we'll make an awesome album, and they'll miss out.
So do you plan on actually still going and continuing in school? Do you plan on going to school?
Yeah.
Then?
I got accepted to the Conservatory of Recording Arts and Sciences, and that's up in Phoenix. And hopefully I'll be able to go up there next semester, depending on if I can get the funds together. Yeah. But I will be going there. And there's about 20,000 kids who try to get in there a year, and only 800 get accepted. And there's only 12 kids per class. So it's like really intense application process too. Like you can't just be like, oh, I want to go to your school, because you have to have references from like professors and things like that, and they want to see your work history, and because they want to make sure that they produce a really good quality audio engineer when you come out of the school, because their school has produced like over 126 platinum records. So they have a really, really good reputation.
Right, and you need to keep up with that.
Yeah, exactly.
So did you already apply and you got accepted?
Yeah, and I got accepted. It was like amazing. And the funny thing is they said like usually it takes months for people to get in, but I sampled them my stuff and they just saw how passionate I was, and I was accepted the day I applied. So
wow.
Yeah, it was intense. And they're like, let's get you in right now. Like,
yeah.
So I just have to get there, and they're really eager to have me start.
So have there been any drawbacks with this profession?
Yeah, the only drawbacks I would say is sometimes you will not sleep because you're awake forever trying to do things. Also, like I said earlier, the attention can really like change you really fast. I mean, it happens to the best of everybody. Like, it wasn't just me. Like, my whole band got kind of a big head when we had our music, and you just see everybody like out there like jamming to your music. It's a wonderful feeling, but you can also lose sight of just your humility.
You're not as humble.
Yeah,
right?
exactly, and that's really important. That's a really important.
Trait to have.
Yeah, it's important to keep that because without your fans, you're nothing. So you gotta remember that you're nothing better than your own fans.
Right. You need to be on their level.
Exactly.
And what about like the type of music it is? Is it all energetic music? But you said you played guitar. Is it slow?
Well, yeah. For money, I make the energetic music and like the high production, like making sure it sounds really cool and stuff like that. Because when people go to their parties, they want to be like up and dancing and having a good time. But then when I'm in the room by myself, I just kind of whatever comes to mind. So there's all kinds of slow, fast.
Right. So you're very diverse with your music.
Yeah.
Is there any way that people can get a hold of you and contact you?
Yes, you can find me on Facebook. Just look up DJ Tim Stubbs, and you can like me there. Also, I have a SoundCloud. It's just SoundCloud.com/DJ-Tim-Stubbs.
What's on our TV showing right now?
Yeah, exactly. Okay. And there you can follow me. I don't have any music posted up there right now because my album isn't copyrighted yet. Okay. So I'll have an album coming out very soon, so you can follow me, and then I'll give you updates about music I might give you previews to, and then when the album is ready to download, I'll let you all know.
Okay, and right now we're playing one of your songs.
Yeah, the whole time.
Right. What's the song called?
Well, I took like 3 songs and put them all together. So it's kind of just one big loop, but the name of the song is Past of My Tomorrow, The Air I Breathe, and Time Escaped Me. So,
okay, and about how long are they? Because you put 3 together, you said?
Yeah, one of them's about 7 minutes long, the other one's about 4.5 minutes long, and the other one's like 8 or 9 minutes long.
Is there what's the time amount usually for dance music?
Usually, well, it depends on who you're listening to, but for radio, you only want it to be about 3.5 minutes long. But I make it really long because I'm DJing, and I want to be able to have time to cut things while I'm upstage and stuff like that, and mix it and stuff like that. So I make it really long.
Cool. Well, thank you for being on our show.